Hi, I'm Pranesh from SNS Institution, and in this video we will see how to learn AI as beginner. Artificial intelligence has transitioned from a futuristic concept into an integral pillar of a modern technology, silently empowering the from the recommendation engines on your favorite streaming apps to complex industrial automation and the smart assistants living in our packets. However, for most beginners, the primary hurdle isn't the inherent of difficulty of the math or the code. It is a paralyzing paradox of a choice regarding where to actually begin. When you hear buzzwords like a machine learning, deep learning, reinforcement learning, and neural networks thrown around simultaneously, it is incredibly easy to feel overwhelmed and assume you aren't smart enough for the field. The secret to overcoming this is to approach AI as a modular staircase rather than the massive mountain. You must focus on one step at a time instead of trying to grasp an entire ecosystem at once. At its most fundamental level, AI is simply about teaching machines to recognize pattern within data and make informed decisions based on those observations. To start this journey, you need a reliable toolkit which begins with programming. Python is the undisputed king for beginners because its syntax mimics natural English, make it accessible while offering powerful libraries like NumPy and Pandas that do the heavy lifting for you. Beyond syntax, you must cultivate a mindset centered on logical problem solving, learning to break down a large problem into tiny, programmable instructions. While you don't need to be a professional mathematician, a basic comfort with the statistics and probability is essential. As these are languages AI used to interrupt uncertainty and trend lines, advanced tools and instead of mastering these core fundamentals. You ensure that your knowledge isn't a house of cards. It is a true mastery in a AI. It's a marathon. The transition to machine learning, once you have gained the confidence in your foundational programming skills, the next logical phase is to step into the world of machine learning, which serves as the beating heart of the most modern AI applications. Machine learning is the specific discipline that moves away from the hard-coded rules and instead focusing on creating systems that can analyze data, learn from it, and improve their performance autonomously over time. For a beginner, the most effective way to navigate this space is to start with the conceptual clarity before touching a single line of a complex algorithmic code. You should first understand the distinction between the supervised learning, where I act as a teacher providing the model with the labeled answer keys, and unsupervised learning, where the system is left to find its own hidden structure and clusters within the raw data. Understanding the why behind these methods, what separates a great developer from someone who just copies code. Once theory clicks, you must pivot immediately to practical application. Theoretical knowledge is a vital map, but you won't truly understand the terrain until you start the walking on it. This means building small manageable projects like a simple house price predictor or a basic email spam classifier. These early wins are crucial. They reinforcement your classrooms learnings and provide the dopamine hit needed to be going. Fortunately, we live in a golden age of tools where you don't have to build actually neural network from scratch. Utilizing the pre-trained models and accessible API allow you to functional results quickly, which demonstrates the technology and provides the AI is to can control. This control has an approach encourages a culture of experimentations and productive failing, which is the fastest way to gain a deep technical insights. Consistently messy practice while keep beat perfect passive observation when it comes to the mastering the notions of data, behavior, and model performance. To transform from your interest in AI from a passing hobby into a professional grade skill set, you must adhere to be a structured, sustainable roadmap that prevents burnout and keeps you moving forward. This journey begins with the absolute basics of programming and data manipulations, slowly graduating into the core principle of a machine learning and statistical modeling as your confidence begins to take the root. The complexity of your project should be scaled alongside with your skills. You might start with a simple spreadsheet analysis, but within months, you should be challenging yourself to work with image recognition, or natural language processing. Leveraging modern platforms that simplify deployment can accelerate this growth, allowing you to focus on the logic rather than the plumbing of the system. However, the most critical ingredient in this entire roadmap isn't your choice of laptop, software, or processing power. It is your personal consistency. AI is rapidly evolving field, and there will be days when a specific concept or a stubborn bug feels like impossible work. In these moments, patience is your greatest asset. It is vital to remember the progress rarely linear. Some weeks you will leave ahead, the others will you feel like you are standing still. You must strictly avoid the trap of comparing your day 1 to someone else's day 1000. Everyone's cognitive journey is a unique, and the only metric that truly matters is whether you are more knowledgeable today than you were yesterday. Tracking your small victories like finally understanding the loss functions or successfully cleaning a messful data will provide the momentum needed for the long haul. Learning AI isn't about a frantic race to master new trend. It is about the disciplined step-by-step construction of a mental framework with a dedicated heart, a steady work ethic, and a refusal to give up. You can unlock a world of opportunities across healthcare, finance, and creative industries.